What is up, you all? Welcome to my channel. Happy Thanksgiving. It is Thursday the 28th, and it is Thanksgiving Day. We are so blessed for a new day of life, new day of breath in our lungs. And today, I'm actually supposed to be working, but the doctor was like, look, man, if you got your patient encounters in, just take the day off and you can make it up. That's the beauty about being a medical student. As a resident, you can't do that. Thanks for tuning into my channel. Right now, I'm just studying a little bit. So I want to show you guys a little bit about how to be effective while you have holidays, or how to be effective in undergrad or in school, just in every given moment. Like, we have some time that we're sparing before we go to our destination for Thanksgiving. So I'm taking that time to study. I'm being productive. And that's how you are successful. The thing is that everyone says, how do you have a life in med school? How do you have a life and do this and that? Well, you have to use every time that you're given as precious time. So even little moments, an hour here, 30 minutes here, 10 minutes there, you can have an app on your phone practicing questions or reading or doing something. So right now, I'm actually set up right here. And this is like my little kitchen area, but this is my little computer. And I'm just basically studying, doing some practice questions right now. And this is how I pretty much am effective in every single time that I have. You have to do this in the med school, because if you don't, you'll fall behind or you'll just feel overwhelmed. Every time that I get, I can use to study. But then I can have the time later to actually hang out and do things. So I'm studying right now. I'm doing some questions right now because I have an exam in a couple weeks. And so I'm studying a little bit, but my wife's getting ready. Look, my wife's getting ready. So what do you want me to do? Look at her. She's getting ready. Beautiful thing. Her cowgirl boots. She's getting ready. So while she's doing this, I'm not going to sit here and fiddle my thumbs. I'm going to be smart and be productive. And this takes some time to learn how to do this, because it's Thanksgiving. Who wants to study on Thanksgiving? But if you make it a lifestyle, if you make it a habit, this is something that I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. Not studying, but practicing medicine. I'm going to be taking care of people. So an hour in the morning, 2 hours in the morning, while I'm already dressed and ready, while my wife gets ready, it might be that your family's like cooking the food and your other family's not here yet to celebrate Thanksgiving. Take that time to, you can relax, but you can relax and study, right? So this is how I'm effective in med school. Little things like this matter. It matters so much, because if you take the time to just add these little things up, it actually makes a difference. So after we're done with our Thanksgiving meal, I can chill out, hang out, because I know that, you know what? I studied a little bit this morning. I don't feel bad. I don't have to feel like I have pressure behind me that I haven't studied. And that's just something little, but thankful for you guys tuning in. And I'm gonna actually make a video coming up. I'm gonna try to go in the hospital a little bit and show you guys my routine day in the life of a fourth year med student. I'm going to try to do that. I'm obviously not able to video record me in a patient room or anything, but just to show you, what time do I wake up and me getting ready and kind of just going and being prepared to start taking care of patients. And then when I get off, what do I do? What do I do when I get off? So I'm going to try to do that next week. I just wanted to kind of tune in for a little bit here and just show you guys how to take advantage of every single time, every single moment. Even in undergrad, man. I remember when I studied for my MCAT in undergrad, we went to Panama, a different country, for Christmas break for 3 weeks. And I had my MCAT coming up like in the next 2 months. And I studied in another country in a little tiny library that had in and out Wi-Fi connection. And Jessica remembers this, because she actually was, she was in the United States. She was in like New York or something, or Tampa. She was in Tampa or something. Big difference. She was in Florida, and I would FaceTime her and it would cut off in and out this little library. And I remember that. And you have to do what you have to do. I would go there and just do it for a few hours and then leave. It is what it is. I remember studying for the STEP, my first STEP exam. You remember that, babe? Yeah. I studied during Christmas break. I actually went to my wife's stepfather is a doctor, and he has an office. He's a family doctor. He has his office. And so I remember using his office because he was off for the whole 2 weeks, Christmas, wintertime. And so I remember using his office to study. I used his office because no one was there. And my family was at home and everything like that. But I'm like, look, I need to study. I had to do that because I knew that if I was home, I would be distracted. But I got up like at 5:30 in the morning every day, and I would leave at like noon. So I would only study for 6 hours, but by noon I was out. I could do whatever I wanted to do, but it's that time commitment that will separate you from the other people that are stressed out because they're not doing that, because it is a break, right? You want a break. Yeah, but you need to also be smart with your time. But this is the definition of hard work. Like, how bad do you want it, right? How bad do you want it? If you don't want it that bad, then you can just be a regular average Joe, but that's not the goal here. The goal is to work hard and let God do the rest. And that's what I do, right? So it's biblical too. I put in the work and I just leave the rest to God. If I don't put in the work, I can't expect much. I can't sit here and expect A's. I can't expect to graduate good grades and actually go into med school and then become a great doctor, go to a residency that I want to go to. I can't expect that. But if I put in the hard work, I leave the rest to God. I just leave it in his hands. Whatever he wants to give me, whatever he wants to take us, he'll do that. So just time is precious, and time management skills is something that you learn, but it's effective if you do it right. So a quick update. So I've been on interviews in and out. Man, it's so crazy. I've been on so many interviews that I've literally dropped our dog off in our parents' house 4 hours away because we're like, look, dude, we're going to be so busy for the next month and we're just going to leave our dog there, because Jessica's actually able to go with me because she can work from her computer. So I've been on interviews, and how I've been studying, because I do have an exam in 2 weeks. In emergency medicine, believe it or not, I have an exam. And so how I've been studying is there's apps on my phone with practice questions. So I take out my phone while we're driving 5-6 hours, because we're driving everywhere, because I'm not flying in the plane because I'm trying to save money. So I will literally just take out my phone and do questions. 20 here, 20 there. It makes a huge difference. Okay? That's how I'm studying here in this time period. I thought it was going to be a lot harder, but it's actually not. It's not hard, because remember, if you have time management skills, you can do it. You can juggle multiple things and make it work. So that's where we're at right now. We have interviews coming up next week. This week's been an off week for interviews because it's Thanksgiving week, and I don't really know if any programs do interviews on Thanksgiving week, but I didn't have any interviews this week, so I did work in the hospital in the emergency department, because I'm on a required emergency department elective right now that I have a test for. And then I'm off. I'm done. Next week I take my exam and I'm done until January. So I have winter break. Yes, you get winter break in med school. It's not residency. You're not an attending physician. You're in school. You have winter break just like everybody else. So that's the update. That's where we're at. And stay tuned for more videos to come. I'm going to do that day in the life of a fourth year med student. I'm going to actually post another video, how to study for the MCAT. I'm going to post another video, how to study in undergrad. I'm trying to post more videos, and just bear with me, man. It's a busy season, but I'm just going to try to do it. I got this new iPhone, so I don't have to lug around this big old camera that we usually use. We have this big old, awesome camera, by the way. This camera is amazing, but this is the one we usually vlog with, and I'd rather just take this little camera with me. This iPhone camera. So love you guys. God loves you. Take care. Subscribe, baby.